Hello there. Travelers from the UK to the EU often need a lot of patience after landing, for example, at Fuerteventura airport. Especially when several planes from the United Kingdom land there at this airport almost simultaneously, long queues form at the check-in desk for passport checks. Waiting times of between 1 and 1.5 hours are not uncommon, especially on Wednesdays and Saturdays. That's the main arrival days for holidaymakers from England. That was reported by an employee of this airport, for example. The situation did not exist before Brexit, but now things often get complicated. There are moments when 5 or more planes are on the ground at the same time, and there is only one police officer working in passport control, the insider continues. But they only need them mostly for the British now, that's the problem. But even once they have cleared passport checks, the patience of holidaymakers from the UK is not over. Then it's time to wait again until the suitcases finally appear on the baggage carousel, because they have to be checked as well. And if you are still dependent on a taxi, you have to queue again, especially on the main arrival days. It's often clear that there are not enough taxis at Fuerteventura airport because everything is so packed at the same time. Many travelers need a total of 2 to 2.5 hours of patience after landing before they can finally leave the airport in the direction of their holiday accommodation. Of course, this is not a pleasant experience for holidaymakers. On social media, one can regularly read negative comments from those affected who express their anger. But as the saying goes, Brexit means Brexit. And the Brexit debate has dominated daily events not only in the United Kingdom since 2013. In the European Union too, Great Britain's exit from the EU repeatedly caused debates and disputes, not least right now because of the Northern Ireland Protocol. On February 1st in 2020, Great Britain left the EU, and on January 1st, 2021, the country also left the customs union and the internal market of the EU. The transition period served to ensure that the contracts for economic cooperation did not break off from just one day to the next. British representatives and EU diplomats struggled to reach a joint exit agreement until the last moment. The negotiations were tough, and those negotiations only ended on Christmas Eve. And on December 30th in 2020, the British House of Commons overwhelmingly approved the Brexit trade deal, which they now want to skip. MEPs voted 521 to 73 in the second reading for the EU law. And important changes affect trade in goods, logistics, aviation, and the financial sector to this day. And this will not stop because Brexit, as I said earlier, means Brexit. And I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.